Welcome to the Essential Components of Elementary Reading Instruction 104 NES Training for the Exam. The purpose of today's training is to support your success on passing the NES Essential Components of Elementary Reading, to review the 5 domains of reading, to provide practice test items for you, and to list potential resources for your further study. An important resource for you can be found at www.nestest.com/New Mexico. The test is online at various New Mexico locations, as well as a number of locations found in El Paso. It is given year-round by appointment, with the testing fee being $95. The test is comprised of approximately 150 multiple-choice questions, and you have up to 3 hours to test. You must have a scale score of 220 or above to pass the test. You will receive immediate, non-official results, with the official results coming very quickly in the future. This slide highlights the NES test framework. There are 5 content domains: Foundations of Reading and Alphabetic Language, which comprise 19% of the test; Word Analysis and Fluency Development, which is 25% of your test. Another 25% of your test will cover vocabulary and comprehension development. Reading different kinds of texts will cover 19%, and 12% of the test will cover the literate environment and the classroom reading professional. The exam covers all 5 domains of reading: Foundations of Reading and Alphabetic Language, Word Analysis and Fluency Development, Vocabulary and Comprehension Development, Reading Different Kinds of Texts, the Literate Environment, and the Classroom Reading Professional. It is imperative that you visit the NES website to become familiar with all 16 specific competencies and descriptive statements that you will be tested over. The following training only touches on a few of the 16 competencies found under the 5 domains of reading. Here is the first practice question. In the primary grades, which of the following classroom literacy activities would be most effective in reinforcing phonics and sight word instruction? A. Frequent independent student writing activities. B. Oral vocabulary development activities. C. Frequent teacher read-alouds using challenging texts. Or D. Student practice using metacognitive strategies. The correct response is A. Independent writing activities provide students with opportunities for practicing the spelling of words that follow phonics patterns and high-frequency sight words. If you missed this question, you may want to review metacognitive strategies, benefit of read-alouds, and oral language activities. Another practice question might be: the ability to understand and form questions is most fundamental to emergent readers' ability to A. Recognize syntactic structures that provide clues to the meaning of unfamiliar words in texts. B. Acquire skills related to phonological and phonemic awareness. C. Construct meaning as they listen to or discuss a story. Or D. Make connections between the sounds of words and their corresponding letters in print. The correct response to this question was C. Construct meaning as they listen to or discuss a story with the teacher and other students. The ability to understand and use various forms of questions increases student comprehension. If you missed this question, go back and review the terms syntax, phonological, and phonemic awareness. Question 3. To decode a word is to A. Construct meaning, B. Sound out a printed sequence of letters, C. Use a special code to decipher a message, or D. Use inflection. The correct response to this question is B. Decoding refers to the ability to read single words in isolation and recognizing smaller words located in larger words. If you missed this answer, review the definitions of encoding, prefixes, root words, suffixes, etc. found in your reading text. Another practice question. After fourth grade students finished reading a novel that takes place in the early 19th century, they are asked to respond in writing to the following question. How would this story be different if it took place during the present day? Their responses could assess A. The interaction of plot and character in historical novels. B. The impact of historical events on the present. C. The role played by the setting in a historical novel. Or D. How historical novels differ from nonfiction history text. The correct response is C. The prompt requires the student to identify aspects of the novel that directly reflect the story's setting. If you missed this question, review analysis of literary, narrative, informational, and expository text. This practice question asks, which of the following is an essential characteristic of effective assessment? A. Students are the ones being tested. They are not involved in the assessment process. B. Testing activities are kept separate from the teaching activities. D. Tests should use entirely different materials than those used in the teaching, so the results will be reliable. Or D. Assessment should reflect the actual reading the classroom instruction has prepared the students for. In this case, the correct response is D. The only reliable measure of the success of teaching will be based on the reading the instruction has focused on. If you missed this question, review appropriate assessment concepts. The correct response is D. The only reliable measure of the success of teaching will be based on reading. The correct response is D. The only reliable measure of the success of teaching will be based on the reading the instruction has focused on. If you missed this question, review appropriate assessment concepts. A first grade teacher helps students learn to write simple words at the same time that they are first learning to recognize words in print. This practice is most likely to promote the students' reading development by reinforcing their A. Inferential comprehension, B. Understanding of the alphabetic principle, C. Understanding of word structure, or D. Use of prior knowledge to construct meaning. The correct response to this question is B. The alphabetic principle. Words are composed of letters that represent sounds. If you missed this question, refer to your reading text for clarification of concepts of print, letter knowledge, and letter-sound correspondence. Another practice question might be, according to research, which of the following would be the most effective strategy to teach vocabulary? A. Memorization of definitions. B. Aligning vocabulary instruction with decoding instruction. C. Locating vocabulary words in various texts. Or D. Providing opportunities to use new words in classroom discussions and independent writing. The correct response in this case is D. Research suggests that providing students with exposure to new vocabulary words in a variety of contexts promotes a deeper understanding of the word meanings. If you miss this question, consider why the other responses would not be beneficial to teaching and reinforcing new vocabulary. Another practice question. While reading an unfamiliar passage aloud, a student demonstrates the ability to chunk information into meaningful units by appropriate pauses. This indicator is most closely associated with which of the aspects of fluency? A. Accuracy, B. Prosody, C. Rate, D. Comprehension. The correct response? B. Prosody. The definition of prosody is the ability to decode with speech-like phrasing and expression. If you missed this question, review the aspects of fluency, including rate, accuracy, comprehension, and prosody. Read the following advertisement. Eat Florida-grown oranges. Oranges are the best snack food available. What is being presented in this advertisement? A. Fact, B. Opinion, C. Metaphor, D. Point of view. The correct response, B. This response indicates that the student understands the differences between the terms fact, opinion, metaphor, and point of view. Another practice question might be, a kindergarten teacher slowly pronounces a specific set of sounds, by stretching out each sound. The teacher asks students what word these sounds would make if they were said together quickly. This lesson is most effective in developing students' A. Awareness of word patterns, B. Phonological articulation, C. Ability to blend phonemes, or D. Vocabulary development. The correct response is C. Phonemic awareness is the knowledge that spoken words are composed of one or more phonemes. This activity assists students in blending the sounds to produce a recognizable word. If you missed this question, go back and review phonemic awareness concepts found in your reading text. This will be an important part of the exam. It will be essential for you to study for this exam. The first place you should look for information and study guides will be at the www.nestest.com/New Mexico website. You can find sample test items and an interactive video at this site. In addition, one of the strongest resources you can refer to is your text from Reading 410, Literacy for the 21st Century, A Balanced Approach. In addition, you can use your text from your Reading 415 class, Understanding Reading Problems, and Assessment and Instruction. Also, the Reading Teacher's Survival Kit. All of these are strong resources for your studying because they cover the 5 domains of reading as well as the 16 competencies that will be covered on the test.